Wanted to get the course open, so we're real excited about that. Just a little bit about the park, Coleman Park. We're coming up on, I think, our 88th anniversary. The park was gifted to the city of Lebanon from the Coleman family in 1935. Trustees helped me out there. I believe it was 35. The park came into being. It's 100 acres. And it's actually, when we look at the park, it's a regional park as well. Even though it's in the city, it is a regional park for the county and for everyone to use. The park itself has been going through a bit of a renaissance over the past couple of years, and I wanted to share a little bit of the excitement that we're feeling here at the park, what's been going on. Over the past couple of years, we've totally renovated the basketball court, which that is at the west end of the park. We had a sculpture, a huge bronze sculpture gifted by Jared Audrick. Conversations with Myself is the name of that sculpture, and I would highly recommend, if you get a chance, to walk down there. That's close to the basketball court. Huge sculpture, and we're so grateful to have that piece of art here. Thankful to Jared Audrick, for Lebanon High School graduate, who donated that to the park. Through a partnership with Samba, which is the Susquehanna Area Mountain Bike Association, we've added the one and only pump track here to the park, which, if you go through the park nowadays, besides the disc golf course, the pump track is always filled, and it is great because it's little kids out there, usually with their parents, using that track, and it's just exciting to see. And if you, again, go through and take a look, they're adding some new jumps to the pump track, which great stuff there. And Samba, actually, that's all volunteers that put that course in. With the support of the city, Samba's come in and they actually maintain the course, and they're improving that course. Along with the pump track, we've added a multi-purpose, it's a 2-mile trail, multi-purpose for mountain biking and for hiking. That was recently added to the park. Again, I recommend you get out and take a look or take a walk on these trails. Coming hopefully in the spring, we have a grant and we have the design developed for another trail that is going to connect our park, Coleman Memorial Park, CMP as we're calling it more and more, to Union Canal Tunnel Park. With that grant, we're actually connecting communities, and we're excited about that, because with that connection trail to the west end of the park, to Union Canal Tunnel Park, that of course is connected to the Lebanon Valley Rail Trail. The Lebanon Valley Rail Trail, running from Lickdale all the way south to the Lancaster-Lebanon County line, is then connected with the city of Lebanon, connected with South Hill State Park, or State Park, it's just South Hills Park, excuse me, Mount Cornwall, and then of course all of the trails associated with Mount Gretna. So we're glad to be joining the community of parks and our community overall. And I strongly believe, and I know the park trustees will stand with me when I say we're happy to be connecting CMP with the rest of the community. It's good for Lebanon County overall to have those connections. And I will announce today, we're excited about a grant that has been awarded to the city of Lebanon Park in the county. And that dog park will be coming. Yes, thank you. Exciting stuff. That'll be in the old footprint where the swimming pool once stood. And then currently we're waiting to hear back on a grant to refurbish or remodel one of our tennis courts, and that's going to become a pickleball court. So we will have tennis, we will have basketball, pickleball, pump tracks, dog parks, nature trails, mountain bike trails, baseball, we can't forget baseball. Our tournaments in the summer with our baseball tournaments bring people all the way down from Canada. We have some of the nicest baseball fields anywhere around. They're maintained. So I also have to call out and thank our friends, the Friends of Coleman Park. They have their table set up here. They really make a lot of what happens here in this park. They make it happen. So a big thank you to the Friends. So a little history about the disc golf course. CMP about 12, 13 years ago had a master site plan done. The master site plan is required. If we're going to get any kind of grant funding, we needed to have that master site plan. In that site plan, they talked about a disc golf course to be added to the park. We're grateful that Dave Funk thought we're gonna look into this, and through an association, through one of his associates at Arthur Funk and Sons, was a disc golfer. That disc golfer knew Mike Dunkel, who Dave went and spoke to Mike, and Mike Dunkel and Charlie Greco, our course designers. Mike had actually designed a disc golf course about 10 years ago for the park, and he was ready to go. So at this time I'm going to let Mike, I think you have a few things you would like to say. Charlie Greco, our course designers.
All right, I want to first of all thank everybody for coming out. Big crowd. I think Charlie and I would like to thank our wives first off, because for the last 10 months we lost a lot of time here at the course. It's a labor of love. It takes a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. Stick by stick, brick by brick. That was our motto when we were cleaning up the course, because you'll never imagine how many sticks and how many bricks were in this course.
And bottles.
And bottles, yeah. In the course of cleaning up, coming to the park, we took about 25 full bags of trash out of here. So we're hoping that the disc golf course can help to bring that, curtail that a little bit. So the disc golfers do not litter. History of the disc golf in general. Charlie might be able to elaborate more too on this, but we started playing in 1980. It was like a, well, I don't know the word I'm looking for, but it wasn't a very popular sport back then. It was a handful of guys would get together, and we didn't have these fancy baskets. We had trees and monuments and objects and poles and it's the evolution of the sport has grown exponentially since like 1990 on, but in the 2000s it just exploded. When COVID hit, I think that's when it really took off to the point, because that was one of the few things you could do out in the open, close to somebody, but not yet, it was allowed. It wasn't like something that was banned. And I think it drew a lot more people out to the sport of coming out into the nature. You want to elaborate on that at all? Or? The history of disc golf in Lebanon County. In 2001, I bought some land behind my house, like 7 acres, and we wanted a course in Lebanon County in the worst way. So we purchased some used baskets somewhere, and we cleared out the land, and we put them on there. And every Wednesday night we had a league night. We might have drew 20, 25 people at the most. And until about 2011, when Jackson Park went in, we designed and put Jackson Park in. And then it just took off from there. South Hills Park, Lenny Lenape, Lebanon Camp Meeting, Village. Yeah, we've done, this is our 15th course we've designed and installed. And like I said, it's a labor of love. It's not easy work clearing these holes out. One of the best comments we've heard, I think, so far as comments is, when you walk the course that you put in, it feels like it's been here for years. Because we don't go in and just take a skid loader and push everything to the sides. We go in and take our time by cutting things off at the base, letting the leaves fall so that it looks like this was here for years in the past. We don't take all the woods out. You leave the edges raw so that you see a lot of wildlife when you're out here in the course. A lot of deer, squirrels. Just walking the course, you get a good feel for nature when you're out there. Anything you want to add? I said I was going to do the speaking and he was going to add, but I'm not getting much so far here. How we go about installing the course. Over the years, we've come up with a really good presentation that we give out that shows a park or municipality how you can do this with little to no cost at all. Sponsorships, like a lot of you people that are here, are sponsors that gave money or donated something to help in the cause of getting this great course in. And if it wouldn't be for people like you, it would be years in the making. So and years ago when I'd go out and we'd give a presentation, like 20 years ago, one person in the room might have heard of the sport. You know, like, do you ever hear it? Oh, what's that? And you'd have to actually physically show them and explain it to them, and they kind of looked at you squirrely. And but now it's like you go and you give a presentation out, and everybody in that room has either seen it, heard of it, or done it. So it just goes to show how the sport has really taken off over the years. Yeah, but I do want to really push the thank you for everybody that helped this project come forward. There's so many people to name. I mean, we put posts on our Facebook page, Lebanon County Disc Golf Club. We're working on this day, and then anybody's welcome to come out and help. And I mean, some people would come out one time, but we've gotten to meet so many people that just came out for a day or a week, but some people were here every weekend. We have a whole family of Hanson brothers that on any weekend, you had at least two of them here. And let me tell you, there was some good workers. Brad Grime lives across the street. He was here, I think, every single weekend, putting time in. I mean, there was a lot of people. It's so hard to name. Their names are on the back of the board when we unveil it. You'll have to look at it, but I don't want to miss anybody. I just want to generalize that there's so many people that helped, and we're very grateful for all the help we did get.
Yeah, we want to thank, from the bottom of our hearts, every sponsor.
Yes.
Like some of you have sponsored holes on more than one course, and the big concrete and stone and whatnot, all these other contributors to make it happen. We are totally grateful and
Yes,
very thankful for it.
just to give you a reference on how much this course is getting used and will be getting used, just since we opened the course, and it wasn't officially open, we didn't even have T signs out, but there's an app on your phone if you're a disc golfer called UDisc, and somebody maps it out when they come here, and then they enter it on the phone. And just before we even had signs out, as of yesterday I looked, there was 1,038 rounds logged on UDisc alone.
Oh, wow.
That have come here and played this course already. And today's only the first grand opening. So, and a lot of people don't have UDisc, so you got to think there's probably 1,500 people have came here and played around already, and it's just got open.
And 150 plus reviews with a 4.5 star rating. And what's dragging us down is we didn't have signs, so the signs rating is at 3. And it's like, hello, the signs aren't in yet. So hopefully that'll come up. And
yeah, but I don't really have anything else to say, but other than thank you very much everybody to come out. And I hope you take time to walk around, look. When you see the map, you'll see the hole and what you sponsored, and you'll be able to reference where to go to look at it. We did do some really neat things here, unlike other courses. I don't know if anybody's aware of it, but this was a really neat place back in the day. It was a lot of history here. And if you go down behind that pavilion, there's old ruins from when they used to melt iron ore down and back in the day, and there was like a big industrial complex here. And it was a total mess down there. I mean, I'm talking, you couldn't even see through it. But we were determined to make sure we brought that in and had that part of the course, because we think that's something that people will want to go down there and see, because we call it the ruins, and there's a reason for it. But there's old stone walls, and I mean, we cleared all the vines and stuff off those to really expose the beauty of what that looks like down there. So if you're going to look at something to really go down and check that out, because it's a beautiful thing, and it shows a lot of the history in this park.
Those holes were referred to as epic and sick.
How you put that in one sentence, I don't know, but that was a good thing. So that's about all I have, Joe. I guess I talked too much. He's over here.
No.
Come on, let's go.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
We have to call out the Lebanon Valley Disc Golf Club, which they did most of the volunteer work on installing this. So a round of applause to their club. I know, like I said, Mike would put out a call for volunteers, and every weekend they were out here.
There's a guy that looked just like you that came out and worked his butt off.
So we are so proud when we talk about the course. We're proud that the entire course was done through private sponsorship, private and corporate sponsorship, and built by volunteers. It was all done by volunteers. It didn't cost, again, it was all sponsored money to build the course. Our budget is, we don't have the budget we all wish we had, so we were thankful that we got that sponsorship. When we started the course, or when Dave Funk decided, let's see what we can do about this course, we needed to get a push start, and we needed a partner, and we were blessed. We're so thankful to have Lebanon Federal Credit Union. They stepped up and became our main sponsor. And at this time, I'd like to have Daniel Wolford, CEO and President, Lebanon Federal Credit Union, come up and say a few words. Thank you, Daniel.
Well, good morning, everyone, and it's an honor to be here. And I'll make this brief because you guys don't want to hear about from a credit union. We're here to celebrate disc golf in Coleman Memorial Park. But we're honored to be here. It's an exciting day for the grand opening. And we're really thrilled to be the corporate sponsor and really a partner, I think, Joe, is how we talked about earlier, to really to make sure that this happened. And we were a small part, many others had to do the hard work, but we were happy to partner with everyone to see this through. As a credit union, we're locally based. We're a not-for-profit financial institution, and what we like to do is give back to our community. We try to make sure we're serving our members first and foremost, but then part of our profits, we look for ways that we can reinvest that back into the community. And this is an example of that. And really, this is an investment. This course is an investment in our community, and it's going to serve players from all walks of life, various age groups, both local and hopefully bringing in many people. In fact, there's already been 1,500 plus people that played here. Really, kind of blows your mind. So I think that's a tremendous start, and I'm sure great things are in the future here for Coleman Memorial Park and the disc golf course. So we're proud to partner with Coleman Memorial Park to make this project a reality. We're appreciative of the countless hours of planning, of hard work from everyone that made this come to reality. Special thanks to the Friends of Coleman Memorial Park, to the Board of Trustees for the park here, to the City of Lebanon, Mayor Capello, the City Council. Joe, I know you played a tremendous role in this, so thank you to you as well for your time. And for many others, again, too many probably to name, who made this a reality. So thank you guys for your efforts in continuing to invest in and improve the lives of the residents of Lebanon City and Lebanon County. Lebanon's a great place to live, to work, to raise a family. And this is only further an enhancement to this historic and beautiful park, and will only further enhance all those who live and visit our community. So on behalf of all of us at Lebanon Federal Credit Union, congratulations and best wishes on the successful opening of the park here.
Joe, I wanted to add one other thing.
Oh, now he wants to speak.
When Mike Snyder or anybody else has a tournament here, an official tournament, $5 out of every entry fee goes to this park. So it's actually going to be a moneymaker for the park.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. And we can use it. All right, we're gonna wind this down. I wanted to thank some of the folks that made this happen. George and Rosemarie Christensen actually allowed us to put hole 17 which is just outside the park, they allowed to put a hole on their property. So we want to thank them. Boger Cement was instrumental. They delivered cement for 18 5-foot by 12-foot T-pads, and they donated that cement. That's a huge one. Arthur Funk & Sons heavy equipment, and they also had labor here to help with laying those cement pads. The city of Lebanon, they also brought their heavy equipment in. We had to take out the old mini golf course, which was a lot of cement. They came in with their heavy equipment to have that cement taken out and disposed of, and that was a huge help. And then also Collins Trucking, they donated all of the 2B stone that went under that cement. So probably 5 dump truckloads of stone. So thank you to them. And we have a few presentations. I think Representative Schlegel has a presentation, or Senator, do you have anything? Okay, we'll start.